Hey there, my name is Amy Hardesty and I am your holistic nutritionist. I'm super excited that you're joining me. I want to take some time, about 20 minutes, to go over your welcome packet, show you how to use our accountability app better, and also walk you through how to read your meal plan. So let's get started. This is your welcome packet. This tells you a little bit about who I am and how I got to do the job that I do. On the next page, we're going to talk about food intolerance evaluations. Now, I believe that food intolerance evaluations are incredibly valuable. They give us great information. Food intolerances are more than just causing joint inflammation. It can cause anything from headaches to heartburn to gut dysbiosis to weight loss resistance, all sorts of things that we really want to avoid. So typically, I use this as a tool later on down the road if and when your weight stalls and we can't get you going again. What happens is in the beginning of the program, a paleo-based program, we're going to pull out gluten, dairy, and sugar, and those are the primary inflammatory foods. So when we pull those out, those are the ones that show up the most on food intolerance evaluations. So if we take those out of your diet and a lot of things start to improve for you, then we've just saved you the money of taking the intolerance evaluation. If that doesn't work, then we have something to fall back on. So it's a pretty simple test, and it's through an outside source. And they mail you the kit, you take the test at home, and you mail it back. So we'll go over that if we need to, but you can read about it right here. Let's go through our frequently asked questions. So the first one, when do I weigh in? Well, typically I encourage patients to weigh in every Monday. That just gives you that extra accountability for over the weekend. Don't weigh every day. Especially women, your weight can vary greatly from day to day, and that number can make or break our mentality for the day. So weigh yourself once a week, and then make sure that you're naked and you weigh yourself naked first thing in the morning after you go to the bathroom, because that's going to be your lightest weight, which is clearly what we want, right? We're going to go over your meal plan in a little bit, but this question is, can I eat my meals out of order? Yes, absolutely. So if you want dinner for breakfast or your lunch for a snack, that's absolutely fine. What you don't want to do is say, hey, today's Monday, but Wednesday's dinner looks better. I'm going to have Wednesday's dinner tonight. When you do that, you're going to throw the balance that I have for your calories, carbs, fat, fiber, and protein out of whack, and we can't do that and see success. So stick to the day that you're eating from, but you can feel free to move that day around again if you wanted like dinner for breakfast or what have you. Do I have to finish all of the food on my plate? No, absolutely not. Whoops. We want to talk a lot about intuitive eating. So eat from your meal plan when you're hungry and stop before you're full. That's going to be something we go back to over and over again during our time together. The next one, what if I don't like an ingredient that my meal plan calls for? Well, let's say that you're supposed to have tuna for lunch and you don't like mustard and it calls for mustard. You can just omit the mustard. Now, if it calls for tuna and you don't like tuna, please let me know so that I can replace that meal with something that you're going to enjoy a little bit more. So if it's just an ingredient here or there, please feel free to omit it. But if it's like a staple of the meal and you don't like it, please let me know so I can take it out. If you experience dizziness, this is common anytime you make a major diet change. So if you experience dizziness, try drinking a cup of bone broth once or twice a day. If that doesn't help, we can look at some supplements that might help rebalance your electrolytes a little bit. Please don't drink things like Propel or Gatorade, things like that to rebalance your electrolytes. Those things are just poison for your body, so avoid those at all costs. If you take a blood pressure medication or metformin, anything like that, and you're experiencing dizziness, make sure you reach out to your doctor. Those medications can typically need to be adjusted relatively quickly with weight loss. And so anytime you feel uncomfortable, always reach out to your doctor. So the goal for water right here is to drink 100 ounces of water a day. Water shrinks your fat cells, it detoxes your liver, it helps to flush out all the toxins out of your system. And if you are not a water drinker at all right now, this might be something that you have to work up to, and that's absolutely okay. But you do want to push to get as much water as you can during the day. Do I have to exercise? Yes. The key is we're not going to push it right in the beginning. Exercise is great, but if we don't have good nutrition to balance it with, it's not going to do anything good for your body as far as weight loss is concerned. So we want to take time to give your mind and body a chance to adjust to the changes we're making nutritionally, get you feeling confident in what you're doing, and then incorporate exercise. If I don't see it after the first month, it's definitely something I'll start to talk to you about then. I want you to make sure that you log everything that you eat. That includes if you fall face first into a vat of M&Ms items, I need to know about it. I do check food logs every single day of the week. I usually check them first thing in the morning for the day before, and that allows me to see, what you ate yesterday, how it went. I comment on all the entries, and if I have any questions, I certainly ask them. Soda's going to be a no-go during your time with me. Soda does nothing good for your system. It's a nutritionally void product, so definitely avoid that if you can. Water, herbal tea, LaCroix, bubbly water, those things are absolutely fine. A good go-to, if it has a color to it, like the ice drinks, that's going to be a no-go. If it has a color, it means that they've dumped a bunch of stuff into it to give it color because it's not naturally that color. If you can't make it to an appointment, please let me know. There is a 24-hour notice. Otherwise, there is a $40 charge. But I want to make this clear. So often people will message me and say, I need to change my appointment this month. I just haven't done well. Listen, if you feel like you're struggling and haven't done well, you need to be at that appointment, more so than even if you're doing great. During that time, it gives us a chance to say, what happened? Why are you feeling this way? What's going on? And how do we move forward through it? So please really think through canceling appointments, because I really do think that they're valuable, especially when you're struggling. Eating out is absolutely something that you can do during your time with us. This is part of real life. If you have questions about what to eat when you go somewhere, feel free to reach out to me and say, hey, I'm going to the spaghetti factory or whatever it is. What can I eat there? And I can help you in the beginning navigate that. And as you get going, you'll figure that out. We can skip this page because you're not following a nutritional ketosis protocol. As far as substitutions goes, again, this is real life. Things happen, plans change. You can't always eat from your meal plan. I totally get that. So here's some substitutions. If you get sick of water, you can have more water. As far as animal proteins are concerned, really, it's okay to swap those out. If it's a steak day and you want chicken, that's totally fine. If it's a chicken day and you want steak, I'm okay with that. So just, you want to keep your portions the same. Anything else, just make sure you ask me. Better is the app that you're going to be using to track your food. Better is a completely HIPAA compliant platform. So anything that you say and do in there is private, just between the two of us. Better and logging your food. This is an absolutely critical part of us working together time and time again. When I have patients come back to me to work with me again, it's because they need the accountability. The meal plans are gold, right? But the accountability, this is where the rubber hits the road. This information, steps 1 through 4, if you haven't already set up your Better account, that's how to do it. But by this stage of the game, you should have done that already. Anytime you refer anyone to us, we do give you a $10 gift card or $10 discount off of your next appointment. And these are the best ways to get a hold of me down here. Number 1, send me a message on Better. This is HIPAA compliant. I only do it from the privacy of my own home. No one will ever see your information. Email, same thing. Email is HIPAA compliant. I only check it at home. So you're good there. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can call my cell phone. That's the number down here. Calling my cell phone is not HIPAA compliant. I prefer text messages if I'm being honest. Again, not HIPAA compliant. So I might be at the grocery store and be like, oh, Judy's here. Judy's texting me. Someone might see your name on my phone. So just be aware of that if you choose to go that route, or carrier pigeon. I totally accept those bad boys. So that's your welcome packet. This is uploaded into your documents so you can read this anytime as well. Now I want to show you how to log your food, okay? So what you're looking at right here is the Better desktop platform. It's very similar looking on the app. So anytime you eat anything, you're going to go ahead and hit this plus button, and you're going to hit log food. Now, if you can't log your food every time you eat something, it's okay to do it at the end of the day and to just log what you ate that day, or better yet, do it first thing in the morning for the entire day. This sets your intention for the day. You already know what you're eating. It shows that you're prepared. It's a great tool, in my opinion, to pre-post. So in order of preference, it would be post when you eat, pre-post your food, and then post at the end of your meal. That's how I would prefer how you're going to do it in order of my preference. So you click that plus button, you're going to hit log food, and then you're going to hit add a free form entry. Here's where you can choose what meal you're eating. It will automatically default to whatever time it is. It's almost 6 o'clock at night, so it's saying, hey, this must be dinner time. And asks the date it's consumed. So down here, you're just going to describe what you ate. So what it needs to know is what and how much in order to give us the information we need. So for dinner tonight, I am having 4 ounces of sirloin steak. How do you spell it? Sirloin steak. I'm having 1 Brazzi bite, which is a little gluten-free gloriousness. And then I'm also having 1 cup of, that's my typing is not great. 1 cup of broccoli. So what we'll see here, so it doesn't recognize the Brazi bite. Now I'll show you how to do that later. There's a scanner you can use. So for now, we'll just put in 4 ounces of sirloin steak and 1 cup of broccoli. You'll see down here it auto-populated all of the calories, carbs, fat, fiber, and protein. So you'll just hit save. And there it is. It's gone ahead and put it right here. So it added it to all the other food that I put in when I was doing another one of these demonstrations earlier. So by the way, this is my husband's, it's kind of a dummy account. I set it up in his name so I could use it. So as you go through the day and add your food, you'll see right here, calories will start to compound, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, all of that. And it'll tell you, so you'll see right here, 36 grams was the target for fats today. We decided and logged 197 grams of fat. So it shows you like, whoa, man, way over the top. And just so you know, I see all of this as well. As you're logging your food, I'm able to see it. So it continues to show there. Anytime that you click the word better, especially on the app, it'll take you back to the home screen. Next thing here, you can log your water. If you had 5 glasses of water, you just click that and look down here. It shows us 5 glasses of water today. Now, if you had 8 glasses or you had 3 more glasses after the 5, you just click that and it goes ahead and adds it to that. So again, you click that better button, it'll take you back to the home screen. So now we're going to work on log a lifestyle entry. So this is a really critical piece. Better is you can sync through the settings. You can sync a Fitbit to Better. Apple Watches do not currently sync. So if you're an Apple user, you'll have to put this information in yourself. Otherwise, you can just sync it to your Fitbit. So let's say you can just say walked 60 minutes. So what you'll see here, turned it to 60 minutes, shows it's an aerobic activity, gives you an idea of how many calories you burned. You would just hit save. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So when you hit save, you'll go down here and you'll see any activity that you put in. So walked 60 minutes. Earlier, I input 45 minutes of weights. So you'll see it just continues to add. And again, this is information that I'm able to see. So we're going to go back here to the log a lifestyle entry. Measurements, this is where you're going to put in your weight every Monday. Now, if you have a body composition scale, which I did send you a link to, they're like $30 on Amazon and they're very valuable. They give you your BMI, your body fat percentage, your visceral fat, which is the fat that sits on your soft tissue organs, which is dangerous. We want to see that number come down. It assigns you a body age, shows you muscle mass. It gives you water, which is how hydrated your tissue is. It's super valuable. So you can put that information in. You can track blood pressure, heart rate, blood sugar, any of those. I'm also going to ask, and you'll see this in your tasks, for you to measure once a month anything with a circumference. So from your neck to your calves, everything there needs to be measured and input once a month, preferably right around your appointment time so we can look at how awesome your progress is. You can track your mood here in Better. The benefit of this is if every day you're saying like, I'm exhausted, I'm detoxing, you're a jerk, whatever you need to put in there, sometimes like 4 or 6 weeks later, we're still like, I think I feel better. Maybe I feel better. I don't know. We can look back at this mood journal and say, wow, look at that. Every day for the first 2 weeks, you said you were tired and all of these things. And look at, suddenly that started to go away. And now you're saying, I feel good. I feel energized. So we can track those things. This part's not required, but I'll tell you from experience, it is helpful. Poop journal is super important to me. I know, listen, I talk about poop all day long, whether it's to my kids or to my patients. Poop is important. It's a huge indicator of our overall health. So anytime you poop, I want to know about it. You'll just click, I had a bowel movement. A satisfying bowel movement would be you feel like you really emptied your guts. You don't feel like there's anything left hanging around in there. You can tell me what time it was. You can give me an idea of its consistency. This is important because if I'm feeding you food and you normally have smooth, soft poop, and all of a sudden you have diarrhea or you're not pooping but every few days, I have to know about that. That's a me problem. I've fed you something that's not doing well by your body. Color, again, super important. If I see white poop, I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with your gallbladder. So the poop part is important. If you want to track your sleep, you can absolutely do that in here. And then the notes section, anything you think I need to know or images or documents you need me to have, you can just log right in there. This little guy right here, this is the message feature. Again, because Better is HIPAA compliant, I send out messages to all my patients pretty often, but it goes out to you guys individually. So you can see right here, this was a mass message I sent out to friends last week, to patients last week. If you were to respond to this, it would only come to me. Nobody else would see that. But this is the best way to get a hold of me there. Pending tasks, this is where if I need you to order a blood test or if I need you to take your body measurements or anything like that, I'm going to put this here. And as soon as it's complete, you just go like this. Whoops. When you open it, you can just say complete, and then I'll be able to see that you've done it. So that's Better. Better is a great tool. So there's so many other things that this does. So feel free to dig in and use it as much or as little as you want. This video is super long. It's also broken down into how to read your meal plan is one video, and how to use Better is another, and it's going to be located here in the topic library. So if you need a refresher and you don't want to listen to me talk for 20 minutes to get to the point, this is where you can find any of that. I'll also be uploading some individualized classes that you can listen to in there as well. So there is that. And the last thing I want to show you is not that, is this. This is a sample meal plan. And I want to show you how to read this. And so this is likely similar to what your meal plan is going to look like. And so the first page here, this is your week 1 and 2. So you'll see it's 7 days long. You're going to do it one full round of 7 days. Then you're going to do it again for 7 days. And then you'll move on to week 3 and 4. Now, if you get bored really easy with food, you can do week 1 and 2, and then week 3 and 4, and then go back to week 1 and 2, and then go back to week 3 and 4. The reason that we have you repeat them like this is, number 1, it's easier on your budget. Number 2, it's not so much prep work. You're really getting used to how to cook these things, and it becomes easier and easier. And number 3, it simplifies things for your body. Having to constantly process new food all the time can be really hard on your system. So this is why we do it this way. So you'll see here, if you wanted to have your dinner for breakfast or this lunch for a snack, that's totally fine. I just don't want you pulling this dinner and putting it over here, because that's going to mess up your macros for the day. This gives you an idea of what your calories, carbs, fat, fiber, and protein are for the entire day, each day. This page here on the left, this is your grocery list. And remember, this is for one person for 1 week. So if you're feeding, a spouse or some kids, you're going to want to adjust this. Now, if it's helpful for you, I can adjust dinners. Like for our family, when I make my meal plan, everything is 1 serving except for dinner, and dinner is 6 servings. And the reason I do that is I feed 5 people dinner, and then that 1 extra serving is my lunch the next day. So if you need me to change the serving size, I can absolutely do that, and that will be reflected not only on the recipe, but the grocery list as well. So with each recipe, these are the recipes that are in your meal plan. There's some important things to look at, and here it is. So you'll see the name of the recipe, how many ingredients it takes, how long it should take you to make, and how many servings it is. This part right here, how many servings, that's the most important part. So here's directions on how to make it. These ingredients right here, these make 1 serving, okay? So let me scooch over here to some dinners. One thing here, do pay attention to how long it takes, because these are overnight oats. You don't have to cook them for 8 hours, but you do need to mix them before you go to bed at night. So pay attention to that. I'm going to move over here to dinner. Okay, so here's one of the dinners, okay? There's the title, the ingredients. It should take about 20 minutes to make. But hey, it makes 2 servings, and this meal plan is for 1 person. So it makes 2 servings so that she can have lunch the next day. So you don't need to go in and cook 2 ounces of brown rice fettuccine and another 2 ounces. Cook the whole thing. Cook this whole recipe together. Split it in half. Put half in a container for lunch tomorrow. Put the other half on your plate. So it doesn't need to be overthought. It's very simple that way. So that's how all of the dinners are. All of the dinners are going to make leftovers for the next day. One thing that you can see when you look here, see anything that's grayed out, that means it's a leftover. So like these lemon blueberry muffins, you're going to make them on Tuesday, but you're going to make all of them for the week. So you'll make 3, I'm thinking it's 3. You'll have 1 Tuesday, you'll have 1 Thursday, you'll have 1 Saturday. So you don't have to make them every time. So keep that in mind. When you see it grayed out like that, it just means it's a leftover. So that's how to read your meal plan. You now know how to read your meal plan. You know how to utilize Better, and you've read your welcome packet. So any questions that you have, I've probably said this a million times, please don't wait until you have a lot of questions. Please don't wait until your appointment to ask all the questions. Part of what you pay for is this concierge accessibility, right? For you and I to be able to communicate, work through problems as they happen. So utilize this little message feature here, utilize texting me, whatever you need to do to feel successful as you go, I am here to help you. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you were able to hang in there for the whole time. Any questions you have, you just let me know. And check out the topic library because it's going to be growing all the time. All right, I'm so excited for you. Thank you for allowing me to walk alongside you through this.